Hey, Pat Rigsby here, and in today's episode, I want to share some lessons from spring break. Let's get to it.
Welcome to the Fitness Business School podcast, the show for fitness business owners who want to grow their income, increase their impact, and improve their lifestyle. Be sure to listen till the end of this episode because we have a brand new special offer exclusive for listeners. So stay tuned.
Spring break as a 52-year-old is probably an interesting way to put it, I guess, right? But I recently traveled to Florida for spring break with the baseball team that I'm an assistant coach on. Alex is a player, but he's actually out for the season with a stress fracture in his low back. But I am involved, and there were a number of lessons from this trip. And to be honest, they're kind of a combination of a variety of things that I didn't really have a better way to articulate than just to share some of them here. Because one of the things that I try to do wherever I am is be where my feet are and say, okay, how can I be present? How can I, make the most of this opportunity for the people I'm with? But then also be observant. Like, what can I learn that's going to serve me going forward? And that sounds very probably tactical, but it's just probably the way that I think may be the best way to articulate it. But we went to the Jackie Robinson spring training kind of complex that used to be Dodgertown. And Dodgertown's a neat place for me. We've been there a few times when we've taken vacations to Vero Beach, to the Disney Resort. A friend of mine actually he runs the facility. He was the guy that ran the facility we went to when I was coaching in college baseball many years ago. So known him for quite some time, and it's just a neat place with a lot of history. I grew up in Portsmouth, Ohio, and Branch Rickey, the gentleman who created Dodgertown, was from Portsmouth as well. So I coached and played in Branch Rickey Park. So there was some significance. I would consider him a mentor, though he passed away like 7 years before I was born. Just so much that I've read about him, so much that I've learned about him. And it's such a neat place because it was really the first specifically designed spring training complex. And other teams would go and do spring training places, but they didn't have their own facility where they could kind of choreograph everything to develop their team, to make their major league team better, to develop their young players and show them the way that they wanted to play the game. And for me, those sorts of things, I think, have carried over both in my baseball coaching career and my business life. It's like you're always looking for an edge. How can we get an edge over the other people in the market? And for them, hey, we're going to build this entire complex to better develop our players so that our style of play, we're better at executing. Our pipeline of future players is better. And then they would trade off players or sell off the contracts for players to bring whatever their needs were back to the team at the time. So, just seeing that kind of progressive thinking, doing something that nobody else had done, that was very much inspiring to me. And then obviously, Branch Rickey had played such a role in bringing Jackie Robinson in Major League Baseball, and that kind of evolution that really kind of put him at odds with the rest of Major League Baseball at the time for something that was long overdue, the integration of baseball. And being able to be there and seeing, okay, this is somebody taking a stand that, to be fair, pales in comparison to what Jackie Robinson went through. But, what they were doing there, taking a stand for something that was truly important. And I think for anybody paying attention, that should be really inspirational. So being able to be there and be in that environment, and also as a baseball guy at heart, knowing, we stayed in the same dorms. I roomed with two other guys and rode the bus to Florida. And there was a lot of team and camaraderie and being able to be where probably half of the people in the Major League Baseball Hall of Fame had played at one point, either in that organization or in spring training games against the people in that organization. So, it's kind of hallowed ground, and just being respectful of the people who were great at their craft that came before me, I think, again, is very inspirational. And then, like I mentioned, getting to dive into that team environment, being around these guys who are room with smart, successful, sharing ideas, just the camaraderie. It reminded me of why I encourage people so often to get out of their comfort zone and come to mastermind meetings, attend live events, because they're just shared experiences that even though I'm around the same people, I practice most every day, you just get types of experiences there that you wouldn't get otherwise. So being there, being in the moment, being around this different environment, it kind of put me in the shoes of doing something different where I'm always the person hosting events, it seems like, or speaking at events, to now kind of being a participant. And how do I soak up as much of this as possible and leave better than I arrived? And then at the same time, while we were down there, we went down, Alex and I and a teammate of his went down and visited Cressey Sports Performance. Eric invited us down, and it was the first time I had actually got to see the Florida location after being to the Massachusetts location many times, just hosting events and using that as a host facility, speaking at some of his events, attending his like a mentorship, just being around and seeing this. It was just so exciting because I've got to watch that whole journey. And I knew Eric when he was starting to make his mark in the industry, working with them, collaborating on some things. I mean, that Massachusetts location was a franchisee for their adult fitness business for some time. And so being able to see how he's evolved, how he's grown, and how their vision has increased, and they're building another building on that site. So they're just going to have this kind of flagship facility that is going to be the preeminent destination for baseball players who want to get better. And just getting to see that evolution, not only am I extremely happy for Eric because he's been a wonderful friend and colleague through the years, to see that kind of growth is inspiring. I think that one of the things that I am really, and I don't know that I was always this way, and so I don't look silly at people who may still be envious or jealous of what other people are accomplishing or doing. But whenever I see somebody doing great, it just shows me what's possible and inspires me to go do something better, to improve, to chase my vision, to chase my dreams. And hopefully you do too. And I know that not everybody responds that way, and I'm sure I didn't respond that way at earlier stages of my life. But now seeing that sort of thing, I mean, you just leave invigorated saying, man, this guy kind of started out in the back of the batting cage and he's built this kind of the Taj Mahal of baseball. And that also is just a great testament to we're either growing or we're regressing, and he's doubled down on growing. Heck, Alex and I went to Universal the last couple days of our trip after the baseball wrapped up, and they're building another gate, another park there, because same thing, you're always progressing, you're always improving. And so it kind of forced Disney's hand. And obviously, if you've listened to any episodes or read anything that I do, I'm a big fan of Disney. It forced their hand to go pour billions of dollars into improving their parks and adding more resorts, attractions, you name it. And that's business, right? Like, that's the landscape that we're in. The market is always going to challenge you. The market is always going to get stronger. I mean, I just read the other day that for the first time ever, 25% of the people in the United States have some sort of gym membership, fitness membership. I mean, when I first got into this industry, the number hovered around like 13 or 14%. So there are more people in the marketplace. There are more businesses serving those people. Things keep evolving, and we all have to keep growing. We all have to keep improving, and being in environments like I got to be for spring break got me as excited as anything to go dive right into that. Seeing, how people dating back to Branch Rickey were so progressive, looking for a competitive edge, always looking for a way to improve. Fast forward today and Eric Cressey and what they're doing at Cressey Sports Performance. And then outside of our industry and outside of sports or anything like that, just seeing what's happening over in Orlando with the battle of the theme park organizations. I love that stuff. And hopefully you are somebody who enjoys business and progress and seeing other people succeed, and it inspires you to do it yourself. So I would just encourage you, if you're somebody who's historically kind of stayed in your own little bubble and been in your comfort zone, get out and get to live events, get to mastermind meetings, come join us at the events that we host, go to other ones if those aren't for you. And even beyond that, go other places, but kind of keep your head up and look around, and you'll see other people doing really good work and progressing and doubling down on the things they believe in and building their dreams. And hopefully you can learn from that and pursue that in your own life and in your own business. Because if you do, this whole thing's so much more fun, and there's so much more opportunity than most of us ever go out and grab. Thanks for listening to this episode of the Fitness Business School. Before you go, I have a quick announcement. One of the things that we've been doing with our current clients is taking them through this ideal business diagnostic. And really what it is this checklist that allows you to pinpoint exactly what your business needs next so you can keep improving, keep growing, and build a business that you love to own. One that pays you well, one that allows you to have the impact you want to have, and one that allows you to have a lifestyle that you truly enjoy. In this diagnostic, we walk through everything and we do an evaluation and can instantly pinpoint what you need to do next to build that business that you want. I'm going to extend this opportunity to get on with either me or my team and take you through this evaluation and fix your business's most vital needs fast. So if we take you through this, you're going to be able to make those vital changes that you need to finally have what I call your ideal business. If you'd be interested in going through this entirely free, risk-free diagnostic with us and learn what you already have in place, what you're doing well, and where your greatest opportunities for rapid improvement are, just shoot me an email with diagnostic in the subject line to pat@patrigsby.com. Again, an email to pat@patrigsby.com with diagnostic in the subject line will get you scheduled and take you through this evaluation to help you build the business you want.